to this week's episode of the Antisocial Socialite. Here I am, back in the egg chair, folks. That's right, I know you've missed it ever so much. But I'm still moving stuff around the house, getting it all settled. I've been here just shy of 2 months, and I made the executive decision that egg chair will no longer live in my bedroom, but actually go on the terrace. So that's why it's sitting in the living room for right now. But once it gets warmer, I'll be filming out there, back in the egg chair. So don't be alarmed. This beautiful creature, inanimate object, is still with me. I feel like a queen in this. Although my mom, I just showed her a chair that I really want to replace this one in my room. And she's like, who the hell do you think you are, Cleopatra? Answers, yes. I do think I am her. But we're going to talk about some other royalty right now. First and foremost, that interview with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. What? I've always loved her. And she speaks so eloquently and so tastefully and has like such class. And I just love the way she has always carried herself. That royal family doesn't deserve her. They are like on my shit list right now. They are on my antisocial, non-member of the week list because they are just so cruel to her. And the tabloids have just ripped her apart, and I really don't stand for that. Like, fuck everybody that doesn't like her. She is a beautiful creature inside and out, and we must stand her at all times. That's right. But reportedly, according to Oprah's interview, that it was confirmed that the Queen and Prince Philip had nothing to do with the fact that the concern was in place about Archie's skin color once he was born. So we all know who the racist in the family is, if that's not the case. My jury's still out on them. I'm really upset, but I'm happy that the Queen was not one of those really ignorant fucks that said anything about cute little baby Archie. But speaking of other queens, I have to fill you guys in. I am so devastated. Reina del Sur, Queen of the South, my favorite show. They have just announced that it is the final season. This is season 5. They started filming last year, but because of COVID, everything shut down, and now they're just wrapping up in New Orleans for the final season. I am devastated. Like, absolutely devastated. I'm like, what else am I gonna like comfort binge watch on a daily basis? Actually, just had somebody text me today like, so are you still watching Queen of Health? I'm like, nope, I just finished season 4 again. So although I'm like really, really looking forward to season 5, I'm devastated. You guys know how I feel about this show. I love Alicia Braga. I love Peter Gadio. JT Campos, I've been like interacting with him on Instagram lately. He gave a spoiler alert the other day, and I'm like so like shocked. Well, actually, it was somebody sitting next to him, so I don't think it was intentional, but I'm like devastated. But we'll see how it goes. So starts April 7th. And it's at 10 p.m. So every week at that time, do not contact me because I can't binge it. It's on USA, just regular schmegular TV, and I'm gonna have to watch it there. I'm so devastated. But I will become the new Reina del Norte, sitting in the freezing cold. No, it's actually a nice day today. It's gonna be warm this week in Boston, but I will say I had an amazing time in Florida with Laura. We had a blast. We actually got to do lots of different things, from the botanical garden to Red Sox game to seeing a psychic to going to the salt cave. We saw a homeopathic doctor, if you will. Not confirmed. I don't know how I feel about it, but we did this biofeedback, which of course we read after, and they're like, oh, that's just a scam, blah, 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 blah. But she told me I have Lyme disease. What? Never been tested for it. Didn't know I had it. If I actually do have it, so I'm going to follow up with my doctor and get a test and see what's going on, because WT fuck, like, I don't want Lyme disease. But whatever. But the Salt Cave was so bomb. And then they have this like John of God chakra light therapy crystal bed, right? And everybody in there was like, John of God, John of God, everybody John of God. And we're like, who is John of God? Well, apparently he is some dude in Brazil that everybody like flocks to and prays to him and believes in him and all this stuff. And he just got arrested and charged with like 40 plus counts or something like that of, you know, sex trafficking and child like sex crimes, I believe. I don't even know, but I'm just like, ew, we got a pedo on our hands, and everybody's like, bless John of God, bless these crystals, and we're like, ah, no thank you, gross, go somewhere else, John. We don't like that type of shit here. But I actually, speaking of sex trafficking, I just read this morning online, but I have not really like followed into it, that Arizona is actually mandating a law that if you get charged or convicted, I should say, of any type of like sex trafficking or child pornography crimes, you are automatically sentenced to life in prison. So hopefully this will stop the trafficking as best as they can, because I don't think it will ever stop, unfortunately. But, you know, really put an end to this, because it is really fucked up that people do this for the sake of like their own sexual desires or for money or whatever it may be. And when we sit here and talk trauma, this is a huge traumatic pandemic in itself going on. So fuck all you perverts. And if you're still watching this and you're a pervert, turn it off. I don't want to talk to you ever again. Pervert. Skinner. I don't even know what I'm on today, guys. I'm just enjoying the sunshine. I figured I'd give you a little flower biz today. You know, jazz it up. Got my new ring light. That's pretty much it on my end. I'm back in Boston, just hanging out. I am going to introduce you guys to a wonderful, wonderful guest I have on this week's show. Chris won't miss. He is based out of Philadelphia. And he's part of Rack Philly that I went to for my photo shoot in Philly. I know I talk about that trip often, but there's so many good people in Philly. And I have yet to meet him, but I hope to meet him one day in the near future. Hopefully I'll have to travel there for some reason, you know, because I'm bored or something, sooner rather than later. But Chris Won't Miss is amazing. He's actually a rapper in Philly, and he's really into cryptocurrency. So I always see on his Instagram where he's talking about trading and doing all this stuff, and we dove into that a little bit because my education level of cryptocurrency is Teresa Mendoza from Queen of the South, when she put $20 million of her own money into a cryptocurrency hard drive. What? That's literally, except for like Bitcoin and all of the other names that you'll probably hear me botch in the interview. Like, I don't know about cryptocurrency. So Chris actually gave us a really good kind of beginner's guide on how to, you know, understand cryptocurrency. But it is pretty cool. Is it the new wave? I don't know. Elon Musk just like, you know, bought a ton of it. I'm not even in regular stocks, so to get to that level of now, you know, you guys, I'm literally gonna sue the fucking pants off of Big View, because this is the second interview in a row where they've done me dirty. How dare you cut off my camera while I'm talking? Rude. No, it's probably actually telling me to like hurry up and wrap this up, right? So what I'm gonna do is hit you guys with my Antisocial Circle member of the week, and then we're gonna dive right into this interview with Chris that you don't want to miss. Chris, don't kill me for that. Anyway, enjoy, and I will see you guys after the interview. All right, guys, my Antisocial Circle member of the week is my friend / hairstylist, Ashley Mason. I hadn't seen my girl since October because it's pretty low maintenance now going back to being a brunette, but also because she had a little baby who is the cutest girl ever, and her style, She even has her own Instagram page, I must say. She's amazing. But Ashley and I have been friends since high school, and she's been doing my hair for a few years now, and I just love her. And she usually styles it, makes it look good. I'm a bit inept. You guys usually only see me with straight hair, even though my hair is not. But she's awesome. If you guys need to go see her, I think it's Ash Nicole Beauty on Instagram, but she does follow me, so make sure you go check her out. And she is at Salon Capri on Newbury Street. So she is my Antisocial Circle member of the week because she hooks me up and makes me look good. And for that, I appreciate her. Hello, everyone. This evening with me, I have Chris Wellness. What's up, man? That was like so exciting. Normally I'm like, hi, everyone, with me. But I'm like, no, you need like
a major fanfare.
Yes.
Woo! Yeah.
Oh my God. What's up, man? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. Just riding the wave right now. You know, investing is up, stocks are up, hip hop is up. Everything that I'm involved with is up right now. So I'm feeling pretty good.
Good. So I'm glad we're catching you on this up, because if you were down, it'd be pretty depressing conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it sucks sometimes, but like, you know, you have to enjoy the good parts just as much as the bad parts are going to suck.
That's very true. That is very true. So, but I'm glad we're catching you on a good note today. That means you're going to be happy and share all this info with us and just have a good time, right?
Yeah, full of energy.
Yes, exactly. So, Chris, if you would be so kind to give us a brief introduction about your life, and then we'll dive into all your work.
All right. Well, my name is Chris Wellness. It's all one word on every platform. ChrisWellness.com is where you find all the links. I am a hip hop artist and then also a retail investor. So those are two worlds that you probably heard a lot about recently, and they just now intertwined. And at the intersection, that's me.
And here you are, the picture, you're the poster child of like all the intertwining of, you know, the music and the investing side.
Yeah.
Nice. So allegedly, from what I learned about you, allegedly, you're based out of Philly, but you were not born there.
Yeah, I was not actually.
Yes. Can you confirm or deny that fact that I just exclusively learned about you?
I can confirm that those are definitely facts. Those reports are true. I don't know who leaked it. But
yes. I can't give out my sources, unfortunately, because they're super reliable and confidential.
That's sound reporting, yeah. Those are good sources.
As I'm like, it was totally you, but whatever. But yeah, so fun fact that I just learned about you is that you actually were not born in Philly, even though that you live there right now.
Yeah, I was actually born in Grand Forks, North Dakota. It was snowy there at the time. So like, this is like kind of like my environment. It's another thing that's going my way right now.
Perfect. Wait, when's your birthday?
Oh, it's September 26th. So it's actually like early fall. But in North Dakota, it was already snowing when I was born.
That's wild.
Yeah.
When does the snow end there? What do you get, like?
I mean, like now I haven't been back there in like a while, so I don't know, because like it's snowing in Texas now, so I don't know what's going on in North Dakota.
That's so true.
You know, everything's going good. I'm like kind of like, what's gonna happen next?
Just about it.
Yeah, like what's
things are going a little too good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want somebody to like drop a piano on me or something.
I hope that doesn't happen, but like, I'm not gonna lie, if that ever did, I'd be like, you know what? He went in the way he predicted. Like, this is
yeah. That's actually, it's like a pretty cool way to go out, like all things considered.
Right? I had like foot surgery a few years ago, and I had to go to the wake of a friend that had passed away, and somebody was there, and they were like, oh my God, like I was still on like crutches and I had the boot, and they're like, what happened to you? Like shark attack. You just like, you got to make shit up, right? And make your life a little bit more entertaining. Or like, I would always like give different excuses as to why I was like in the boot or I couldn't walk or whatever. So it's like, why not have a fun death? Or at least like
Yeah.
major injury. Like, yeah, this whole baby grand just came out of the sky
Fell out
and
of the
fell.
sky. I don't know what they were doing up there. They were making the Tom and Jerry movie, and I was
Yeah,
just
didn't
walking
they
by.
just make one?
I
Or it's
think
coming
so.
out? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming that's where you would find the piano to drop. Like they always have a guy.
They always have a guy, no biggie.
Yeah. Just hanging a piano. Like, is that how you get it in the building, or like how do you get the piano
Yeah, usually they have to like have it all
like
like
on a crane,
roped
right?
up and on a crane and through a window. And yeah, it's intense. So, I mean, the odds of it actually happening, like coming out of a window, are pretty good because they usually don't take it down the staircase. So,
Yeah. All right. It's a random thought. I just made myself anxious, like about this now. Like, oh,
you're
where
going
do
to
I
be
know?
walking in the middle of the street going forward. You're like, I cannot walk on any sidewalk in the off
Yeah,
chance that a piano is going to fall on me.
I
Yeah.
gotta call people. Like, who do I know that has a piano? Like, I'm not coming back over there.
Unless they live on the first floor.
Yeah.
So you are a hip hop artist, but tell me about how you got started. You know, have you been doing this for a while, or was this kind of like a turning point? Like, you know, I have this talent now. I need to start exercising. Like, how did you get started in the biz?
But like, I had actually been doing hip hop music for upwards of like 10 years now.
Oh wow, okay, and that's
Yeah.
crazy because you're only 14. So yeah, it's crazy. You are
That's crazy, right?
talented.
Well, I'm actually 35 in all the interest of full disclosure. I just look, I can't get a beard. I can't get a
Allegedly
beard.
35, right?
Allegedly not a clone. But yeah, I had been making music for like 10 years. The thing is, like, I was making hip hop music, and it was atypical because like most of what everybody's going to be rapping about is like, well, not what they're going to be rapping about, but their vehicle in order to, what you're rapping for was mainly to get out of a worse situation, right?
Yep.
That's, the typical story. My story is like that. So it's just like, for me, I can choose my topic as to what I want to rap about. And I always just did that. It's only as of recently I started, like rapping about the stuff that I was actually, my own actual life. But that's not relatable either. So it's like,
you're like, I go to work and then I come home and watch TV, and then they're like,
yeah, I'm just like,
that is relatable. No, that's
I'm
not
like,
what you sing about, but yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'll be like, oh, I smoked a blunt and drank a bottle of Pinot Noir that costs $500 and then put that in the joint. And it's just like, that's not relatable. Like, that's not, but it's fun to listen to. And then like the stuff about, I'll throw a little like, it'll be like my Instagram story where it's random nonsense or just jokes. And then it's just like, boom, here's a nugget of real live information. And it's just like, it's in there, and it might fuck your day up. It might not, you might miss it, but it gives you play value. But only if you go to, you have to know what you're listening for. But I'll leave that up to the people that are listening.
Right. Well, and that's exactly what I was going to say. In order to get those nuggets, you really have to actively listen and be like, what is Chris talking about in this song? Like, or does the title actually connect to like the message in this song? So it's nice to be able to digest on a different level. Cause sometimes like I'll listen to a song for years and years and years and you hear it. And then like, I know what I'm singing, but then when I go back and I actually look at the lyrics, I'm like, wow, like it's just so weird because it's like when I sing it versus like when I'm actually like physically reading it, I'm like, oh shit, like that's deep. Like I didn't realize like on that level or during that time frame how significant it was. And I'm just like, why didn't I ever like pick up on that? I don't know. So it's like pretty cool.
Like you want to make music that has that replay value and has the content, but then at the same time you have to also focus on making it fun to listen to. And like I was so content driven for the longest time just because like, I wanted to prove that I could do any sort of content. And now I'm just like, okay, I'm having fun with it. And now I'm getting a chance to talk about myself just because I'm having more fun with music. So that's pretty cool.
Absolutely. And I think you get more
You wouldn't
creative
have,
in that aspect. Rec Philly. I know.
actually, you
So
wouldn't have.
yeah, so speaking of, is that where you actually record your music, or do you have like a little studio at your house? Like where do you usually like to, perform, I guess?
Well, like I'll record some stuff at Rec Philly, but like I don't want to be limited to just having to use their studios either. So like
Right.
if there's other engineers that like, I listen to some of their work, I like what you do with somebody else, then I might want to use that engineer for myself or use his facilities. So it's like you shop around because the product is the music, and with Rec Philly, they're going to let you hone the product that you're in there for. You know,
All right, good to
you
know.
don't have to use their stuff. Is what I'm
I know,
saying.
but I was like, I would always go there because I'm like, it's so cool. Like, I definitely want
Yeah,
to do something, but it's also nice to get in a creative space where, you're like, I can really truly focus or, have a different opportunity to work with somebody else and do all that.
yeah.
So, I have a very pressing question for you.
All right.
Okay. On your Instagram, I see you very often wear a George Washington wig and red contacts.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
want to understand that. Is it like just your personality? Is it a message of your music? We're going to talk a little bit about like the financial world, and I'm like currency, George Washington, so it's like I needed to like kind of bridge this music and this investing thing. And I was like, I think the George Washington wig is this, but I need you to help
Yeah.
me with this.
So the red eyes is Chris won't miss, right? That's the first level of transformation.
Okay.
And then the level beyond that is the George Washington wig, and that's young gravity. He's
Okay.
more rambunctious and like he's less like a less focused, not less focused, but like less controlled version.
So is that
of
your
Chris
alter
Miss.
ego?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
there's like the SoundCloud version, I guess. Like how everybody has their colorful dreads and their gold teeth and everything like that. That's Young Gravity. He's with George Washington wig, and like he's got all the same powers, but like he's just a little bit out of control.
Do you have anything cooking that you can share with us?
I do have something cooking, but I can't share with
Okay.
us, right? Yeah.
I'll have to have you back on.
If you've ever seen the nostalgia video, that's the part 2 to the nostalgia video is currently in treatment right now, but it's a production right now.
Yes, I saw part 1, part 2, part 3. I'm like, okay, we are having a whole series of this and it's evolving. So that's why I was like, I wonder if a new character will be introduced. I feel like we're on Mortal Kombat right now. All these characters.
The mystery character is coming up, and it's definitely going to be good. I'm putting a lot more time and effort into part 2, but it's so taxing. I had to take my time off in between because I just, sheesh. It's a lot.
Well, you can't rush the creative process because it's never going to be happy whether you took your time with it or if you rushed into it. But I think you're more mindful if you do take your time and it executes as close as you want it to be. Because I'm like, everybody's super critical about their work. So it's like, to say you're 100% happy about your work, would you ever be able to actually say that?
Yeah, you need to have it 100%. Like with this, I have a specific creative vision in mind, and like I'm not cutting corners on anything. So it's going to be what I see in my mind. And I'm like, I have dead set on that right now, but it is going to take more time to do it. But it's cool because nobody else can do me anyway.
Right.
People get mad sometimes because they're like, they stole my idea and they ran with my idea. Like if it was your idea, you can probably come up with another idea.
Exactly. Now, another question. Underneath that hoodie, are you wearing the George Washington wig right
now? Oh no, I'm going natural today.
Oh, look at you. Oh, natural. Oh, shoot. Look at that fresh fade. Okay. Imagine if you took it off and it was just like,
it just comes out. From the top down, just.
With that middle part. I'm like, oh my God. I'm so stupid. So I'm like, so corny, but I was like, I have to ask Chris about this wig because I was like, I have a feeling, and like your little like Instagram like picture, your, I don't even know, like profile picture, whatever you want to call it,
Oh
is
yeah,
like
the quarter.
currency. Yeah. So I was
Yeah,
like, oh, it all has to tie in together.
it
But I
does.
was like, I gotta
If you
officially ask.
look at each thing individually, it just like looks like random nonsense. But then you put it all together, and there's the thread, and that's the whole thing. Like you could, I put an album together. You can listen to each individual song and just have fun listening to the songs. But if you put it together, the reoccurring themes interplay with each other too,
And then
which
everybody's
is
like, mind
yeah.
blown. Yeah.
But I had to get people ready to listen to it first.
Take your time with part two. I'm excited to see the evolution. Do you have like an expected deadline that you want to hit, or it's just like whenever you really truly feel complete with this?
Well, here's the thing. Like, if I was with a label, they would give me a deadline. I'm not with a label. My budget is my own. So, like, if I decide to put it off for 2 weeks and just go on vacation, like, I had studio money, right? Set aside for a budget for 2021. And I had people that are part of the team, loosely affiliated with the team, because, like, I don't have a real team, but people that were expecting the music to get done got mad at me because I took the studio budget and spent it on Bitcoin. They were just like, well, why would you do that? I'm like, I doubled my money in a month. Why wouldn't I do that?
Right. Now I have double studio time. So,
Yeah.
you know, if
And
you
if
were
I
to
was with a
invest,
label, like if you're with a label, you can't do that. They'll be
right.
like, that was part of your budget. But this is the perks of being independent. Independent doesn't mean alone. That's one of our.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's the little tagline in their bio.
Yeah.
No, but that's, it's so good to say that, because it's like, and the label may give you a budget, right, where your hands are kind of washed from that, but I feel like you're expected to be creative on their terms. So it's not even just like the deadline, but like the direction. So where you're like, yes, I'm going to wear the red contacts. Yes, I'm going to wear this wig. Yes, this is what I'm going to incorporate next. They may be like, not so fast.
Like, nah,
this
we
is
don't
what
like
we
that.
do.
Yeah, like you got to wear green contacts or something like that. Like, nah, I don't want to have to do that.
You're like, that's a natural eye color. No, red, nobody has. Yeah. Like, I'm wearing.
That's the whole point.
Exactly. So talk to me a little bit about the whole investing realm that you're in, because allegedly you're not able to give financial advice. So nobody like take this with a grain of salt, or take it with a grain of salt, but don't like take his word for it. Yeah. But like, you've actually been pretty successful, like trading and being really knowledgeable about the market. So how did you get interested in like this whole realm?
Well, first I had to preface by saying, yeah, I'm not a financial advisor. Blurpty blurpty blurp. Disclaimer goes on.
I was just gonna say, I'll put a fine print underneath it.
Yeah, because that's an issue now. They were in the hearing trying to figure out where the line is between actual financial advisors. But the way I got into it, there was somebody that I worked with who was since 2017 on Robinhood, because like he was talking to his financial advisor. They wanted to do things that he didn't want to do. And so I'm going to take my money to Robinhood. And he had been pretty successful in between the 2017, 2018, 2019. That was a big boom for original Bitcoin boom. So he had been successful, and I was working with him in 2019. I originally got on Robinhood and was, trying to glean information for him. There was a point where NASDAQ hit 20,000. And everybody freaked out. Yeah, it's never been here before. And he was like, like after each high, there's going to be a crash. Like it's inevitable. I'm just like, but, and nobody's seeing that right now. He's like, trust me, it's coming. So I'm just like, all right, so I'm not going to go too heavy into the market right now, but like, I want to be able to teach myself about this. And just like chasing trends in 2019, lost a bunch of money. Robinhood, I feel like, personal opinion, this is not, you don't have to take my word for it. I think Robinhood is stupid. Please, what's his name from Robinhood? Don't come after me.
Neo from the Matrix.
Yeah, don't try to pull me back in the Matrix, but I just feel like it's stupid. And the time when I thought it was stupid was February 29th. They didn't know there was an extra day in February, so everybody got screwed. Everybody got locked out of Robinhood on February 29th. And I said, That was my point of breaking point. I'm out of here. Give me
Yeah.
my money. I'm out. And I switched it to something else. And it just so happens I was switching during the time where the major crash was happening. So like I got spared a bunch of that. I
Thank
went to go
God.
talk to a financial, yeah, for real, for real. That was just lucky because of February 29th, not
Yeah.
because I knew this was coming. It's just like, yeah. So like that was a blessing right there. But I went to go talk to a financial advisor, and because at that point I'm already shook. Like I saw what happened. I'm like, oh, I'm not about to get back in there. I'm not putting my money back in the market at this point. I'm going to give it to somebody that knows what they're doing. They were telling me they don't want to invest in weed and they don't want to invest in Bitcoin.
Okay.
You know, because like as an institution in March of 2020, that's not something that they were interested in. And I thought that was stupid. So I was like, you know, I guess I will just take my money and do what I'm going to do from here. And I'm going to educate myself. And that's when like I really started to set extra time out of my day and say like, you know what, let me take these 10 stocks, do real research on these companies and see, you know, what is going to be viable at the time that I need it to be viable. And as long as you keep doing that, you'll be okay when you're investing. But if you're just got a favorite YouTuber and you're taking his tips, it's probably not going to work out for you. You can't do this if you're not willing to educate yourself.
Right.
So there's the barrier. And that's why I feel like more people should just start with the Google test. If you hear something, Google it.
Right.
And
But here you are, an independent self financial advisor, an independent
yes.
music artist. So it's like you got to give yourself props because it's a lot of education, you know, in order to be in both industries, because you have
Yeah.
to understand what comes with the music territory and in terms of like the engineering process and who, like the recording equipment, you know, you have to learn all of that yourself. It's not given to you, but also
Yeah.
like the knowledge of, you know, investing, because had you listened to that financial advisor, where would your money have gone? I mean, you took that studio money and doubled it in no time.
Yeah.
What would that person have done with your money? We don't know.
I mean, like I have some more moderate ETFs that have not performed the way that, you know, because you still want to put a little bit of money aside in the safe stuff to hedge your bets. But like I do enough research to look at your percentage and look at my percentage and be like, come on, man, I'm
Yeah.
balling out here.
Yes. I know. And then I'll be seeing you on a yacht for your next music video. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is my money from Bitcoin. No biggie. And I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, Chris won't miss like a whole trading day. Shit. I'm like, he's on this.
Yeah. That's the ultimate goal. Get on the boat and take the boat to Mars.
Yes. It's gonna have wings and we're gonna fly up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the new cryptocurrency? I know it's like not dog coin, but what is that? Because that Elon Musk had just actually put like a shit ton of money into that.
Into
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin?
Yeah, I'm like Dogecoin. I don't know. It's dog with like an E in there. So
Yeah. Like, and like the way it's supposed to be pronounced, I guess, is Doge, but you know, it's a meme anyway, so like nobody cares how you really say it, you know? But like things like that, it's like I feel like it's more a distraction in the sense that when I'm putting money towards a cryptocurrency, I want Bitcoin, I want Ethereum, I want Litecoin because they're sustainable. Institutions have purchased them, and there are also growth potential there. When I see Dogecoin, I see a lot of growth potential. But if you're talking about a year and a half, is Dogecoin going to be double what it's worth right now? You can't, with any reasonable certainty, say that that's the case. Just, you know, there's no way to really predict that. However, people on the internet can make anything worth whatever that they want in the short term, and they proved it with GameStop. So, like, if you think you can get into Dogecoin and get back out with a reasonable amount of money, more power to you. I'm just not doing it. It's
right.
not me, you know? I have friends that own Dogecoin, but like, you know, I'm sure Elon knows what he's doing.
Right. I mean, but even if he loses money on it, he still has so much more money that it's like chump change to him, you know? I mean, he is the richest
Yeah.
man right now. He beat out Jeff Bezos officially. So it's just like,
Well, Jeff Bezos got back on top though.
Since when? This is breaking information. I had no idea.
Yeah, that was earlier this week. Monday, Amazon went up and Tesla went down in terms of stock valuation. And so with that, Jeff Bezos went back on top.
See, this is why I have you, because I did not know that info.
Governments. So that was the initial draw to Bitcoin. Now it's gotten to the point where it's a big thing, and the draw to it is it's not controlled by any of these governments, so it equalizes everything that is finance. Everything is on an equal scale now. Nobody can screw you over when we're working with this system. You can't just cheat the blockchain, and that's what's awesome about it.
This is so interesting. So I'm gonna look slums of North Dakota and cryptocurrency tonight. That's my homework. I'm like, that's what I'm gonna be looking in. That's so awesome. So like, where do you expect it to take you? Like in the next 5 years? Like, do you have a game plan? Or are you just like enjoying the, the education and, getting into this, like, just jumping in? Or do you really have like a goal? Like, this is what I want to achieve with this?
Well, like in terms of just the cryptocurrency, in terms of everything overall.
Well, we'll start with cryptocurrency, but then we will tie it to everything.
Well, cryptocurrency is an investment like any other investment, and it's just risk based. I feel like 5 years from now, I'm dealing with pretty stable coins. So like they're all going to be around, even if they're worth a little less than I would hope them to be. They're still going to be around there. They're still going to gain in value, the same way as if you were to buy gold or anything else like that. And so, the goal is really to have my passive income pay me the living wage. So I don't have to ask the US government, pay me a living wage. Like I'll already have one. So even if everything falls through and I just had to go work at like a McDonald's or something like that, I'm still going to have like a good livable income just coming in from investments. That's the main goal for 5 years from now.
Okay. Which is good. Because like some people are like, I want to become a millionaire off of this. And some people are just like, I just want to have like a different stream of income and, have a backup plan in case this falls through. So it's nice to know that you're like, essentially you can do what you want, how you want to do it, but it's just like, it's always going to be there and it's going to continue to grow for you.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, like if you have a minimum wage income and you just have that, if you had that coming from passive income, you might, go back to school, or like you start to look at life in terms of I can do what invigorates me and makes me feel challenged and makes me want to get out of bed in the morning, as opposed to like I have to do this now. If you get paid minimum wage off of just stocks, bonds, and crypto, then like I don't have to do anything. Like, you can't, like, even if I work at a McDonald's, my boss call me up like, hey, I want you to work on Black Friday. I can be like, ooh, that sucks. Okay, I quit.
Right, exactly. You're like, I don't have to be there. I'm choosing to be there.
Yeah.
So,
and that's how life should be. Like, you should be able to do what you love to do.
And thankfully you're doing that, which is really awesome. You're in a good position right now in your life. For again, being 14 years old, you have your head on straight.
Yeah, man, I just started high school and it's already looking up.
I know. I'm like, you're like the Doogie Howser of, music and money. No, but like just circle back, like, for the 5-year game plan, like where do you expect on your music, like the avenue for that? Like, what do you want to do with your music? Because you're definitely passionate about it.
Yeah.
And of course, we want to stream you as much as we can, so you make all these royalty.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wait, what is it? Ethereum? What is it?
Ethereum? I really don't know how to pronounce Ethereum. I'm going to be totally honest right now. I have no idea. Some people say Ethereum. Some people say Ethereum. It's
Ethereum, like, or whatever you said. But
Ethereum? Ethereum sounds better.
Yeah, that sounds fancy. Let's go.
Yeah, a little Ethereum. Yeah. Well, like, this is the thing. With my music goals, it's different because it's not money based. My music goals, I'm passionate about that for a totally different reason. And the reason is I want to be the person that if you ever like seen a good hip hop beef, like Ja Rule versus 50 Cent or Jay-Z versus Nas or something like that. My favorite rapper was always Eminem. He never had the opportunity to have a really good like beef where somebody could, you know, somebody could give it to you the same way that you can give it to them. And so I want to be that person for him, where like he feels like I'm on the ropes a little bit. And I describe it as like I need to give him his ether moment. Like when Nas dropped ether and yeah. I need
ether
to give him,
and Ethereum. Or
yes.
Ethereum.
It all
Still don't know how to pronounce it.
It's all coming together. It's all intertwined.
But Chris, I have to disagree with you because Eminem did have a contender. He was the star of 8 Mile. Come on. Like, that is the whole basis. No, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing.
Yeah.
I'm teasing. No. But like real life Eminem, not like, you know, his sidekick
like,
Cheddar Bob, like whatever. No, it's like literally.
Yeah, like that was a movie. Like that, the type of adversity that he built up in that movie made it a great movie, but he's never had that real life situation. So like, I'm trying to give him that 8 Mile in real life. I'm going to make Eminem. Yeah.
No, I know. I'm just fucking with you. I was like, hello. Have you not seen 8 Mile? Like, come on now. No, but I mean, that would be amazing because I feel like you're right.
Wouldn't
like
he want that? Wouldn't he want that from his situation? Like
absolutely.
He wrote 8 Mile and like I know what he came up in and just like the way that he makes music and everything like that. Like I feel like that's what he would want. I feel like that's why he's still out here trying to do that. And it's just like you can do that with MGK and Nick Cannon, or you could stop wasting your time.
Right, basically. Exactly. Well, and it's like where we would have all of these like beefs in the past. Now it's a versus battle, you know? So it's like, it's definitely a lot softer of a, it's not like really a beef. I mean, we want like the Ja Rule and 50 Cent. We want the Jay-Z and Nas, like, you know, we don't want anybody dead from it, but we want this beef because it definitely like fuels that creative fire. And we're like, yes, like you get fire songs coming out of them. It's like, but it's like Jay-Z was like, yeah, I sampled your voice. You was using it wrong. You made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. And it's like, you know, I'm sorry, but like, you didn't even use your own shit to your benefit. And I took it and blew up from it. And that's your fault. And that's why we're beefing, but whatever. But
I mean, Jay-Z won ultimately that battle, but like, I feel like the ether moment is the strongest moment when Nas dropped ether. That was the strongest moment of that. And it's just like, that's my mentality when I'm saying like, I don't have any malicious intent towards Eminem.
No, but like, you want to give him competition.
Yes. I feel like he would want that. And like, even if I lose, I feel like, you know, that's good enough to be something to be motivated about.
Can't wait to have you back. So once the next installment of the trilogy comes out, I want to have you come back. We're going to talk about the photo shoot, everything new, how many millions of dollars that you've gained in the stock market from your coins, from your Ethereum. I'm going to write that down and keep practicing. It's like hooked on phonics version for me. I'm like, shit, I don't.
You got to roll the R a little bit so it's extra fancy.
Yeah, no, I pronounce my R's. I'm different than most people here.
Got to be like Ethereum.
No, I can't do it now. Usually I'm pretty good at roll. I'm like, you know, up here in Boston, half the people don't even pronounce their R's. I am not part of that demographic, but I can't for right now. I don't know why. I just can't roll my R's. So yeah, but I'm going to practice. I'm going to write it down. You're going to be so impressed with all my knowledge of slums in North Dakota and cryptocurrency when we talk.
You got to study all the dirt and all the sand.
Yes, yes. That's no, honestly, like you think I'm joking. I'm actually going to like Google.
I'm pretty sure it is just a flat. The whole thing is just flat.
There will be one Google image. That's it. Yep. Yeah. And I'm like, I need to do more research. I'll have to just go out there and visit. That I think that's
we'll do that after, you know, after we figure out the entire city thing, then like we can go super rural with it.
I love it. We're going to take a road trip, you and I. I mean, we could fly there, but do they even have an airport? I don't know.
I don't know. You might have to drive to like Minnesota or something to get to the airport. I really don't know, like for the life of me, what is out there.
Bismarck is the capital, I think, right? So they must have
Yeah,
an airport there, at least a municipal airport, if nothing else. I don't know.
yeah.
I'm also going to research that, so I'll keep you posted. But Chris, thank you so much. I can't wait to have you back on, but thank you again for taking the time to chat with me.
Definitely, anytime.
I hope you guys enjoyed my interview with Chris. He is super cool, and I cannot wait to meet him in person. But before we wrap up this episode, I actually need to make a couple announcements to my antisocial butterflies. First and foremost, I do have a March contest going on, so make sure you go to my Instagram at Antisocialite to go check it out. I'm trying to become a YouTube sensation. You guys know this, I talk about it. I said 2 things in life. Become a stay-at-home daughter, which I'm doing right now because I'm still unemployed and loving it. But number 2, I want to become a YouTube sensation, so that can be my new job. So with that being said, I know I am enjoying this process and growing it organically. I don't want any fake followers, but I do want to get to 85 followers by the end of March. So when I hit that, I'm going to gift one of you subscribers, you can be new or existing, with a amazing belt bag from Quaint Bags. I actually had Gabby, who's the designer, on season 2. She is amazing. Born and raised in Jamaica, just such a dope artist, such a great human, and I figured why not celebrate her and me at the same time and give away one of her bags. So what I need you guys to do, follow the rules. It's on my Instagram. I need you to show me that you're subscribed to me. I need you to screenshot a picture of your YouTube page that you're subscribed, post it onto your Instagram story, and tag me. That's it. Super simple. If you do have a private account, I have to let you know if I'm not following you, I don't see it. So make sure that you also DM me so I can put your name into this little bag and choose it at the end of March. Lastly, this very important announcement, starting every single Monday going forward, I'm going to do what's called the Antisocial Advisor. I have always wanted to have my advice column published, usually in a magazine, but why not do it on a digital level right now? Since I was little. Like, this is a huge dream of mine, and I figured, I give good advice. Why not make something of it? So what I need you guys to do, if you are seeking any advice, is make sure that you reach out to me, and anybody that reaches out will be kept anonymous, so don't worry, I will not spill your tea on you. But if you need any questions, have advice, or need advice, I'm your girl. So come check me out, again, at Antisocialite. But with that being said, enjoy your week, enjoy daylight savings. It is right around the corner, and we will enjoy the extra sunshine. But until then, peace.